Montreal, you've heard some comments on the Toronto scene. Is there anything that stands out to you here that the Montreal experience might be helpful in the Toronto, Southern Ontario scene?
Well, I
Greg,
just
over
think
to you.
it's a really interesting discussion around expropriations, and in fact, it is an exciting place to start looking for some solutions. But again, I think Kristyn really put it well. Like, there are certain powers that certain cities have, and for all you activists out there, for housing activists, yes, come to see your city councilors, ask us, push us. That's important. Don't forget, your MPPs and your provincial government, because they hold so much of the keys to power for the cities. I don't know how Toronto's actual framework is, but in terms of ability to levy taxes or revenue, capacity to have deficits or not on the operational budgets, we don't have those capacities in the cities. We lack a lot of the legislative framework to do some of the cool things that cities around Europe or in the States can do. So that's one big frustration. And so, work with the activist group, all the activists, and remember that you have to put pressure on the other levels of government as well in order to empower cities that want to do something cool. If you have a city council that wants to move forward with progressive initiatives, you need the provincial partners there too. So I think that's really important. And again, the expropriation right of first refusal or preeminent right that we have in Montreal is one tool that we're using of many tools. There's a buffet of options that we're using. Again, just land buys in and of itself. We've played around with our zoning bylaws in a lot of our boroughs in Montreal in order to stem the tide of rent-evictions by no longer allowing types of divisions and fusions of units to give less reasons, for example, for malintentioned owners to start rent-evicting people. There are different ways we can approach these actions, and creating programs. There's so many different things that can be done. And I mentioned too the sanitation issue in cities. I don't know what the responsibilities of our Toronto is, but we've doubled the amount of inspectors in Montreal. So there are people that are living in very stressful circumstances with bed bugs, with mold, with improper heating, and they're trying to leave their apartments. There's not enough affordable, we know, but can we help those people have comfort in their homes? Are there some tools that we can give our sanitation departments, legal tools that they might not have? Or are they just functional organizational tools? Like, instead of before in Montreal, they used to write everything on a pad and paper. And now we gave all our teams iPads, and we created structures, and we gave them a lot better, organizational tools as well, so that we can move quicker and try to reduce the time that a complaint comes in and then there's an actual resolution. So there's a broad, I think, offering of tools that I think need to be explored. But this certainly what's provided in the report. There's some really interesting conversations that I think can push and start questioning the provincial authorities. Like, hey, you don't want to stand up for your tenants. You don't want to stand up for people that are trying to pay and have an honest life, and you don't want to give them a place to stay. You're not going to stand up for the vulnerable people that need an extra hand. Then what are you not doing as a government? So keep it up, activists, and it's great to hear from you and to see you.
Great. I love this Montreal Toronto dialogue that's happening.